Hello. All right. Take two. Let's try this again. Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's Friday Focus, where we are going to make a couple of really quick gift card holders. I know I am pretty much done with my creating for my holiday projects, but gift card holders, I always need a few right at the last minute. So I'm just going to make sure I'm live in the right spot. If you're joining me, say hello, tell me you're here. And I'm just, okay, it looks like I'm in the right spot. Yay! Hi, everybody. Welcome and thanks for joining me. We're going to make these really cute gift card holders today. I had to do a quick perusal of the Stampin' Up! List to see what was still available so that we could use things that if you still needed to make some gift card holders, you could quickly grab them, or you could go into your stash and grab some things that you already have on hand, which it's probably a little late to order some things now. You would have to expedite the shipping. But I wanted to give you some really cool ideas on how to make some really fast gift card holders. So thanks for joining me. I'm glad you're here. I have some exciting things to share with you today that I really am looking forward to you seeing. I'm going to give everyone just a couple of minutes to find me. When you're here, say hello. Let me know you're here. Happy Friday. A lot of people are wrapping up their work schedules before the holidays, which is very exciting. If you're fortunate enough to be off next week, getting ready for Christmas, yay for you. I'm off from my other job for the weekend. And we have a hockey tournament. For those of you who know, I have a little guy who plays hockey, and we do quite a bit of traveling. But this tournament is here. We have a really fun event where we have a local baseball and hockey team that is, they're not like professional, but they're higher level teams, and they actually created an ice rink in the middle of the baseball field, and they're doing all kinds of outdoor activities between now and the end of the year, including a youth hockey tournament. So we're going to be participating in that. The kids are super excited that they get to play outside on the baseball field, except that the weather is super warm here in Northwest Ohio. So hopefully the ice stays frozen. All right, so I think I'm going to get started. So today we are going to create a couple of really fast gift card holders, and I decided to use the Sweet Stockings Designer Series paper. This paper is still available. It's adorable. So any of the items that I use today that are in the mini catalog, this July to December mini catalog is retiring in just, boy, days. It's literally days. I think maybe a week and a half. January 3rd is the last day to get things from this catalog. And so many of the items in here will be going away. There are a few that will carry over and be available in next year's July to December catalog. And there are some things that are on sale up to half off. So you definitely want to jump over to my online store and check this catalog retirement list out and make sure that some of your favorites aren't going away. You may even be able to get them half off, which is really exciting. So one of the things I'm going to use today are these wonderful gems. I have used these a ton. And with Valentine's Day coming up, these will be perfect with the clear and the red. And if you look really closely, you can see amazing gold metallic flecks in these. So these are really cool. They're beautiful. And you can color these clear gems with your Stampin' Blends to make them any color you need, which we will actually do today. So, and they're on sale. I think these are only like $6 and change. So, and they're very versatile. So these are a great choice if you hop on over to the website. Then I decided to use the Snowman Seasons stamp set and the Coordinating Snowman Builder Punch. Now, these are in the annual catalog. They were part of last year's holiday release. They are absolutely adorable, and I needed to give them some love this holiday season. So I decided to pull these out. We're going to use these adorable sentiments. we're going to use this Snowman Builder Punch for a use that you may not have thought of, so you will want to stick with me today. And then we're going to pair it with the Sweet Stockings Designer Series paper, just because it's adorable. And not every pattern in here is an animal pattern. There's some really great B-sides, and none of the B-sides have animals. So even though you may not be an animal lover, you can still love and use this paper. There's some awesome stockings without animals, and then there's these really great B-side prints, and then there's this adorable print that is just these little light bulbs. So I decided to use that on the smaller gift card holder. So this first gift card holder that we're going to make is really great for using up some of your scraps. It opens up and it houses your gift card here in the flap, and I'm going to show you how you can adjust the size of the flap depending on the size of your gift card. All right, and then there's this really quick, you can knock a lot of these out. Hi Tammy. Oh, hi Cheryl, thanks for joining today. Oh, thanks Tammy. I hope you guys are looking forward to a really fun weekend. Okay, so a couple of things that I wanted to tell you about before we get to creating today. First of all, was this catalog, which we talked about. It's going away January 3rd. Let's see, let me double check. January 3rd, yes, is the last day to order from this. So make sure you check this out. Here's my current host code. If you decide to go to my online store and get a few things while they're on sale, use this host code for a gift from me. You may know that I offer the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle with all purchases of at least $50. Here is my project for this month's tutorial bundle. It uses the Whimsy and Wonder product suite, which is beautiful. So I will email that to you once I see your purchase with the host code. Now, the new mini catalog is coming soon. This is what it looks like. All right. And I will be sending these out to you soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. There's also going to be a celebration brochure in there. And I wanted to give you a peek of a couple of things because I'm very excited to let you know I'm going to be hosting a virtual retreat with my Stampin' Up! Friend Kirsten Del Rosario. This is going to be all virtual, so you can join from anywhere in the United States. It's going to be February 11th, 12th, and 13th. So we're going to kick off the event with a really fun night together over Zoom on Friday, February 11th. And then the 12th and the 13th will be spent in a private Facebook group where we are going to create all kinds of amazing projects together. And you will have access to that for months and months. So if you're not able to be present with us while we actually create together, it's okay. You can jump back in. You can create those projects whenever you would like. Oh, I'm glad you're looking forward to it, Cheryl. You are a VIP. I love it. So this is the registration link. You can also visit the event section of this Facebook group, Mel's Inky Fingers. It's listed in the event. You can click on the link. It'll take you right into the registration form. RSVP deadline for this is January 1st. Okay, and the event will take place in February. Now, once you register, you're all good to go, and then we will be communicating with you in January with the rest of the items that you will need for this, as well as the bundles. And I thought I would give you a sneak peek of one of the bundles we're going to be using. I absolutely love this. Look at this. It's called Rainbow of Happiness. It's a stamp and die bundle. This is just one of the items, two of the items, I should say, we will be using in this retreat. And what's super exciting is I wanted to give you a little sneak peek of a coordinating product. Look at this. Look at this paper that coordinates with this. Is this not the absolute cutest ever? Look at this. Oh my goodness. So cute, right? Oh, we're going to be using this. Just telling you, you are going to love the projects we have in store for you. So, little sneak peek, okay? You are going to want to join us. So, hop on over, get yourself registered. We've already opened up the private Facebook group. where we will be posting things soon for you to already start getting excited about this event in February. Okay, so this is the Springtime in Paris virtual European adventure. All right. Okay. So are you ready to get started creating some really cool projects? Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is create this gift card holder. Now this gift card holder, what I like about it is that it's a standard size, so you can put it in a regular envelope and mail it or have it ready for your recipient. Okay. So you can get 2 of these gift card holders out of a full sheet of cardstock. So for this project, you are going to want a half sheet. This is Mossy Meadow cardstock, but you're welcome to use any color cardstock to coordinate with the designer series paper you choose to use. I'm going to be using the Sweet Stockings designer series paper. Okay, so you will want 1 piece that's cut 4 inches by 3 inches. You will want 1 piece that's cut 4 inches by 2 inches, and you can use the B side or a different, I just pulled scraps. I'm just pulling scraps to use them up. Then you will want 1 piece that's 1 inch by 5 inch for the inside, and this is just the back side of this cute print. Okay, so you'll want those 3 pieces of DSP, 4 inches by 3 inches, 4 inches by 2 inches, and then 5 inches by 1 inch. All right. Then you will want a piece of Whisper White for the inside that's cut 3 3/4 by 5. And I just noticed I have a bump on that. I'll trim that off. And then for your front layer, you are going to want a piece of basic white that is 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And a coordinating cardstock layer. This is Mossy Meadow for me. That's 2 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. Now for embellishments, I am going to use this beautiful cherry cobbler metallic ribbon out of the mini catalog. And I'm going to tie it with a small piece of white twine. And then I am also going to use my wonderful gems, and I have just a few of them left here. So some wonderful gems. So those are my embellishments. Now for ink, I'm going to use cherry cobbler ink and then a coordinating Stampin' Blend to color my clear wonderful gems. So this is the Mossy Meadow and then cherry cobbler ink. Okay. For adhesive, you can either choose to use Stampin' Seal Plus, or tear and tape. All right, so let's make this. So first I'm just going to fold this card base in half. Okay, and then so this is a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of cardstock scored at 5 1/2 to fold it in half. Now you can adjust the flap on this for your gift card. So if you have a standard gift card, I measured this and it's just about 2 inches. So I scored this at 2 1/4 inches. But you may have a gift card that's not a traditional size. For example, this particular gift card, it's narrower. So if you have a narrower gift card or a gift card that's not a traditional size, you can certainly adjust the flap. Simply measure the width of it. So this one measures about 1 3/4 inches. So you could maybe make this either a 2 inch score line or even a 1 3/4 inch score line. This particular gift card has a hole in it that you could tie the ribbon. Instead of this, I wrapped my ribbon around my gift card to make it easy to slide out. You could just tie it and you could slide it in and out of the flap with your ribbon. I don't know. You could maybe put it in like this or something, and you could pull it in and out. This will get lost in there because it's too big, but okay. So whatever works for you. So measure your gift card, do your score line accordingly. This particular score line is at 2¼ inches because my standard gift card is about 2 inches. Okay, so that'll fit in like that. Then I'm simply going to add some tear and tape right along the edges here. You want to make sure if you're using any other type of adhesive that you keep it along the edge so that your gift card can easily slide in and out. So you could put a little Tombow on there. You could add a little bit of Stamp and Seal if you wanted, but just be careful you don't get it in the space for your gift card, okay? So I'm just going to take my bow and folder here and burnish it a little bit, and then use my Take Your Pick tool. I just use it to get this release tape up. It's easier for me, it's easier than trying to pick at it. And then just fold this. Now that has created the pocket for our gift card holder. Okay, that'll slide in like that. All right, so now let's add our layers. So the first thing I'm going to do is add my piece on the inside. And I have a little tiny bump here on the edge of my cardstock, so I'm just going to trim that off a little bit. There we go. But this piece is 3¾ inches by 5. And I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of this and layer it on the inside of my card in the center. Okay. And then I'm going to use some pieces of designer series paper to dress this up a little bit. Now you can use up your scraps. You can put whatever. That might be kind of cute actually to match the front. Well, maybe I'll do that. That's actually really quite cute. Or you could use the coordinating side. Your choice. So let's put some adhesive on the back of this. Hey, hi Kirsten. Thanks for joining today. Now the back side of this is really cute. So if you're giving this maybe to someone who isn't as much of a pet lover as you might be, it's okay. Just flip it over and use the other side. And then I'm going to put this in here. Okay, and I think I'm going to put this right along the bottom. So I trimmed this to get that little bump off it. So this is a little long. I'm going to attempt to trim this to length. Let's see if I can do it. That looks a little better. Needs a little bit more. There we go, much better. Okay. So now I have this coordinating piece that I'm going to use to decorate this flap, and I'm going to leave it red, but this grumpy cat, I don't have cats. I'm actually allergic to cats. But I love dogs and I don't have any problems. But look at this grumpy cat. Is that not hilarious with those antlers? I guess I'd be grumpy too if someone made me wear funky plaid Christmas antlers. All right, so let's put this here. So this is a 4" by 2" piece of designer series paper. All right, so that's the basis. Now I'm going to add this layer in the front where I'm going to put my sentiment and add some beautiful ribbon. So let's work on this. So I decided to use the Snowman Season stamp set as I showed earlier, and I really like this Merry Christmas sentiment. And I am going to, oops, I already have it mounted. Never mind, here it is. I am going to make this sentiment horizontal. I'm going to make it vertical instead of horizontal. Okay, so I'm going to ink up just the Merry. Kind of stamp it in the center. Ah, see what I did? I'll have to cover that up somehow. I'll just flip it over. Let's try that again. Okay, so just the Merry. Just check my C here. And I'm doing it kind of in the center, but not exactly because I want room for my ribbon. And now I'm going to ink up just the Christmas. If you wanted to, you could put a Post-it note or something over the words that you didn't want inked. There we go. Isn't that fun? So you can, you could cut your stamp if you wanted as well, if you found that easier, or you could just ink it like that. All right, so now I'm going to tie some of this beautiful ribbon around this basic white card base. So this is the Cherry Cobbler and gold ribbon from the mini catalog. It's beautiful. I believe it's still available. I tried to check everything before I jumped on today and only use things that you could still get if you decided you wanted to try to snag some things before they're gone. All right, so let me tie this in a bow. And I tied a little tighter because then when you adjust it a little bit, it's nice and tight. It doesn't get loose. Okay, now let's trim this to the length you want. And then I'm going to adhere this onto this 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch piece of coordinating cardstock, which this is Mossy Meadow. There we go. And then I'm going to adhere this to the card front. Now, adding this not only helps balance out the front of the half front, but it also gives you a little more room behind here to stamp your sentiment in the center while being hidden. So let's stamp our sentiment. So again, I'm going to use the Snowman Seasons, the Hoping This Season Builds Heartwarming Memories. And I am going to stamp it in Cherry Cobbler. So I'll ink this up. I need to re-ink my pad a little bit. It's getting a little bit dry. I'm going to put this right in the center. All right, so you can see that this will be easily hidden with this additional front piece. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this, but remember to keep your adhesive on the left side of this so that it doesn't stick down to the back side of your card base, okay? So let me add a little bit of Stamp and Seal. And put this in what looks like the center, okay? And there you have your gift card holder. All right, now for my gift card. Hey, Melissa, thanks for joining. Happy Friday. I am going to wrap some ribbon around this to make it easier to get in and out of that little slot. So I'm just going to put a piece around here and trim it to length. So this piece is about roughly 7.5 inches long, and I'll just match up these ends and then take a little strip of white twine, and I'm just going to tie a bow. This will just give us a little easier way to grab this once you tuck it in. And I just realized I forgot to do something, so I'll have to go back and see if I can. So just pull it tight and tie a bow. There we go. All right. Now, isn't that a fun way to just tuck this into this flap? Yeah. And just tuck it in, makes it easy to get out. But I realized I forgot to do something, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to open this up. So I don't think I'm going to. I'll show you on the next project because I was going to do it on that one as well. So if you want to trim these little ends, you can. They're a little bit long. There we go. All right, and the last thing to do is to add some embellishments. So let's pull out these wonderful gems. And I'm going to create some nice green gems. Now you could use them white as well, but I just like them to match. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Blend. This is the Mossy Meadow. It's the dark Mossy Meadow. And I'm just going to color 3 of them green. And give them just a little second to dry so that I don't get green ink on my project. They dry pretty quickly. And I'm just going to kind of cluster them here. For a little bit of extra coordination. There's your project. Now, since this is a gift, let's not give it in a naked envelope. So I have taken a strip of coordinating cardstock. So this is 2.5 by 6, and I'm going to adhere it to my envelope flap. So I'm going to put some adhesive right up here along the fold line, and then right down here along the flap, and set this right up against the fold. Okay. And then I'm going to flip it over and trim off the excess. This is a really nice touch to give a nicely coordinated gift. There's your gift. So a quick way to make a little gift card holder with a standard card size base, and you can adjust the depth of your gift card holder for your gift card. All right. Okay. So now let's make our second project. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. I'm glad you like it. All right, so let's make our second project, which is this one. It's smaller. It's more to the size of the gift card, and you can untie it and open it up for tucking in your gift card. So for this project, I am going to use the same Sweet Stockings Designer Series paper, and you will want a piece of Designer Series paper that's 4 inches by 6 1/4 inch. Now, because Designer Series paper isn't always as sturdy as you want it, I am going to layer my Designer Series paper onto a piece of cardstock that's cut the same size, 4 inches by 6 1/4. And I'm just going to layer those together, all right? I'm also going to use the beautiful ribbon, the same ribbon, okay, the Cherry Cobbler metallic ribbon, and some wonderful gems, and then a strip of basic white cardstock, which I see I have forgotten. So let me quickly grab that. I think I forget one thing just about every single week. So here's a piece of basic white cardstock, and the size that you use can vary depending on the sentiment that you choose to use. I'm going to use this Merry Christmas sentiment from the Snowman Wishes stamp set. So I need a piece that's roughly 1 inch by about, this is 4 1/2, but the actual project maybe, yeah, about 4 1/2 is about right. So you're going to want a piece that's roughly 1 inch by about 4 1/2 inches for that particular sentiment, okay? And that's it. And then whatever coordinating and color you want. I'm going to use Old Olive because I use a different print than this one just to show you how cute it is with different prints. Okay? Now, to punch the edges and make some decorative ends on my sentiment, I am going to use one of our banner pick-a-punch punches. Now, we have these in 3 different shapes. I wanted to talk a little bit about these because I use these quite a bit. They're really great to have. So we have, I don't know if you can see them because they reflect the light, but each banner pick-a-punch has 2 different decorative style ends. And there are slots for 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch pieces of cardstock. So they just slide in the grooves. This is a little more than 1 inch. I'll trim that down. But they just slide in the grooves, and then when you flip them over, it punches the decorative end on your strip of cardstock. So this one is a little different. You can see that. You can see how these compare. You should have at least one of these 2 punches, in my opinion. And then, of course, the one I use nonstop is the one with the traditional banner ends. I use this tons. But today, I'm going to use this one. And I always forget the names of them. Okay. Then I'm going to use the snowman punch to create a notch. And I'm going to use this trio punch because it has the corner rounder on it, okay? So let's get started. Let me move these punches out of the way. We are going to start by adhering our designer series paper to our cardstock. So I'm going to use some Tombow. You could use Stamp & Seal, Seal Plus, whatever else you wanted. And this is the same size to both, 4 inches by 6 1/4. Okay. Okay. So now this is directional paper, so it's a little tricky because you're really not going to have your all your pieces because of the fold in the same direction. So if you wanted, you could cut and turn a portion of it, but I am going to score this at, let's see, I forgot to write this down. I think it's 2.5 and 5. So I just want to make sure that I do it the right way. So I'm going to put it in with my direction looking up and score it at 2 1/2 and 5. And it's upside down. So I'm going to start over. I'm going to do 2 1/2 and 5 with my direction facing to my left. This is the way I wanted it. Okay. So if it's directional, whatever direction you want to be looking at when you complete your project, put it in with the direction from left to right, okay? And then score it at 2 1/2 and 5, okay? Okay. And then we can score this. And burnish it really well. And so now on the front, you're going to have your directions in the right way. Now the back is upside down, but that doesn't matter as much because your person, your recipient, is going to be looking at it this way. Now, on that front flap, I'm going to round these 2 corners on the front flap. It just softens it a little bit. And then I'm going to add adhesive to the edges. Now again, you will want to measure and make sure that your gift card fits in there. Okay, so you can set it down in there and you can look to see how much space you have. So you can either put a thin line with your Tombow, or you can add a strip of tear and tape, and that's what I'm going to use. So tear and tape. Whoops. I put it on crooked. So one piece on each side. And then I'm going to burnish it really well with my bone folder and lift this release paper. Okay. And this is the basis. And I forgot to do it again. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to open this back up. Let's see. I keep forgetting to punch the notch for, oh good, I was able to do that. Okay. So I'm going to use the snowman's head to punch a little notch into my gift card holder so my recipient can get it a little easier. So I'm going to slide this in. I'm going to line it up in the center and slide it in as much as I can without nipping these two little parts, okay? And when you do that, it's just about perfect. So let's punch that little notch with the snowman's head. It's like using a little circle punch. Now I can fold this. So sorry about that. I forgot it on both. All right, so that's the basis of our gift card holder. And so now our gift card can slide in, okay, and our recipient can grab it easily with this little notch. Now, if you want to put a ribbon around it, you can, or you can leave it without a ribbon. And then see how it's just a little easier to grab it, okay? Okay. So now let's decorate up the front of this. So I am going to tie this closed with some of this beautiful ribbon, and this is just like the quickest gift card holder ever. But the ribbon and the paper kind of make it because the pattern is adorable on the paper and the ribbon is beautiful. So tie your bow. Okay. Oops. I'm just adjusting the length of this how I want it before I trim it. Okay, and I'm just going to put my fingers in these loops just to help me position them how I want them. So sometimes you need to just play a little bit with your ribbon to get it exactly how you want it. Okay, and then sometimes I like to just take these two ends and kind of pull them down, and that just kind of helps the ribbon sit the way I want it. Okay, so let me trim this and trim this. And now we're going to add our sentiment. I'm just going to roll this bow up a little bit to get it out of my way. And now let's work on our sentiment. So I'm going to trim this down to make sure it's a good inch. This one is a hair wider than an inch. So I'm just going to trim that off. And now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So I'm going to stamp the Merry Christmas in Old Olive. And then I'm going to attach this to the front of my gift card holder with a couple of dimensionals down along this bottom, okay? But first, I'm going to give it some pretty edges. So I'm going to put it in this punch, it's just going to slide in. See how it just slides in that groove? And it slides in that groove so that when you put it all the way in, it gives you a perfectly decorative edge. Isn't that pretty? You can see that? So pretty. Okay. All right. So now I'm just going to attach this. Oh, it's a little long. So this was 4.5. I'm going to nip this down a little bit. So you maybe only needed to have it to be maybe 4.25, except I may have just made it too short. And I'm going to repunch the edges. Let's try that again. I'm having a hard time sliding it because there we go. This side is a little shorter than the other, so let me see if I can get it a little more centered. There. Perfect. All right, so now I'm going to put this on like that. So I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on this and allow space for my ribbon to remain in the center before I adhere it down onto my project. And then I'm just going to put this right in the center of my project, okay? And then as the finishing touch, I'm going to use 2 of the large, that one doesn't have as much sparkle. I'm going to add, well, I guess I need the small ones because I trim this down. I'll put 2 of the small little gems in this round area. And there you go. Really simple and quick. And then you can untie it, get inside of it, and get your gift card out. Okay? So there you go. I hope if you need some gift card holders, this gives you a couple of quick ideas for making them. So again, the base of this is 6 1/4 inches by 4 inches, and you will want a matching 6 1/4 by 4-inch piece of cardstock to go with whatever designer series paper you choose to use. So any coordinating color, okay? So that you can make your gift card holder. All right. So here are our projects. All right, don't forget to use the current host code if you wanted to snag anything out of the store. And it's not too late to give a gift card. So if you have someone that you would love to give a gift card to, or if you would like to receive a gift card, share my information. I will be happy to send off a gift card all packaged up, ready to give. And don't forget to register for the Springtime in Paris virtual retreat. So registration closes on January 1st. So you want to make sure to head on over to this link here, bit.ly/Springtime in Paris 2022, or head on into the event section of this Facebook page. The link is there. You click on it. It takes you into the registration form as well as all the details of the event. Okay? All right, so thanks for joining me. I wish you all a wonderful Christmas or holiday that you may be celebrating here. I am not going to be hopping on for a Friday Focus next Friday because it's going to be Christmas Eve. However, I will be jumping on at some point, probably next week, and do an unboxing of all the amazing goodness from the upcoming January to June mini catalog. All right, so watch for that, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.